Hey guys, it's SKdaGamer here, back again with another episode of Angels with Scaly Wings. Things got real last episode, to the point where I thought I'd caused an early end to the story, which I'm kind of glad I didn't, but at the same time, it would be cool, because, you know, choose your own adventure, early ending type things, like different length stories and stuff, with, story branches and stuff. But anyway, let's get straight into this. We were back at the ministry before long. Amira and Bryce were still outside as Remy had approached the two of them. Oh, Remy's here as well. Here are the case files, Amira. Why, thank you. Smams and an officer. What is this about, Amira? That is what I would like to know. Please, officer, enlighten me. Why has my order not been carried out? The portal is broken. It's broken? Yeah, it looks like someone tampered with it and stole parts. I couldn't even get the interface to turn on. We'll check it out once I'm done here. I suppose Smams will stay with us for a little longer after all. Seeing how this is an emergency situation, I will make this short. Chief, as a result of your carelessness regarding Maverick and Razor, you were temporarily removed from any duties related to the humans. Given these dangerous times, you will instead serve as my personal escort until further notice. Considering the circumstances, you will be allowed to coordinate the investigation of the portal, but after that you are to immediately return to me to start your new task. Understood? Understood. She turned to leave, Remy trailing after her. Right, let's head to the portal. That includes you, Smams. Of course. Out of the corner of my eye, I spotted a sheet of paper on the ground. Hey, what's this? Mera probably dropped one of the case files. Either her or her assistant. You'd better bring that to her. Sebastian and I should hurry to the portal. Meet us there afterwards, okay? Sure. I picked up the sheet and started reading. It was about what had happened when I met Razor at the portal. Of course, it didn't say anything I didn't already know. As I walked up the stairs, I wondered if it was okay for an unauthorized person to enter the building. All I knew about the place was that Amira worked there. I did have an important document that was going to be missed, so I walked inside, only to be greeted by an empty lobby. Luckily, there were some signs directing me to Amira's office. Didn't take long to find it, and I heard voices when I approached the door. By the way, what happened to the scroll you brought me this morning? The last time I saw it, it did not have that tear. I dropped it. Tell me something new for once. Okay, someone else dropped it. Am I supposed to believe that? Remy, are you aware of how much this costs? Repairing and replacing artifacts is not cheap. I'm afraid we'll have to deduct this from your wage again. You're not doing this on purpose, are you? Of course not. You've been working for me for a very long time now. I expected you to learn at some point, but you were very resistant to do so. Not wanting to listen to this any longer, I decided to knock. Bonk, 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 bonk. Please come in. I only opened the door long enough to hand Remy the sheet of paper. After I closed the door and started to walk away, I heard the voices resume. This is from one of the case files you requested. You must have dropped it. Then why was it left outside? As my assistant, you should have paid more attention. If this got into the wrong hands, someone could get in trouble. I'm just planning ahead now. What do I want to do after all this happens and I get my kind of free roaming time? I feel like Adine might be an option now that we've actually met her outside of the cafe. Anna's dead, so that option's gone. I wonder if there's a story branch where she doesn't get killed. That might be interesting, if say someone else got killed instead. I don't know, I'm just theorizing. There probably isn't an alternate third victim. I might talk to Bryce, because I haven't played any of his scenes either. And if Adine's there, I'll go with her. Otherwise, I'll check in on Remy, because I talked to Lauren yesterday. I made my way back to the portal and arrived shortly after Bryce and Sebastian. Well, I can confirm it's not turning on. You really think it would still work with a chunk ripped out of it? Hey, I'm not an engineer. We don't know how the portal works. It was worth another try. What do you make of this? I'm afraid I don't know any more than you do. I'm not an engineer either. In that case, we should start thinking about the who and when. There are patrols assigned to the portal and surrounding area day and night. If someone tampered with the portal, they must have seen something. Today's day patrol didn't notice anything unusual though. I guess she just missed the part about the portal being vandalized. It'd be easy to overlook. It's a small part of the machine, and it's not like she was expected to check every square inch of it with each lap around the area. What about the night patrol then? When I went over the reports this morning, I noticed the night patrol hadn't handed theirs in yet. And who was patrolling last night? Let me think for a minute. The schedule always goes in a certain order, so last night would have been... Damn. The night patrol for last night would have been Maverick. I got wrapped up in all the recent chaos and forgot to find a replacement for him when he went on sick leave. So there was no night guard here at all. That's right. Whoever it was had an easy time doing whatever they wanted. Could it have been Maverick? If he knew no one was going to be there, he could have used that knowledge to his advantage. He couldn't have known that I'd forget to find a replacement though. I don't usually slip up like this. What about Razor? Why would he have done it? He'd be cutting off his only way out. No, he'd be doing something smart. If he has the part needed to get the portal working again, he's in control of who gets to use it. He's cutting off our ability to communicate with mankind. We wouldn't be able to inform them of Razor's actions. Maybe we shouldn't have kept the investigation secret for this long. If your theory is true, that would be proof that Razor's actions are his own, not humanity's. Hey, I already trust you on that. Or it's a stunt to grant humanity plausible deniability. No way, things are too dire for the humans to take such an extraordinary risk, especially for that. I'm sure that wouldn't be the only reason they'd benefit though. There must be something we're not aware of. Maybe we're looking at this from the wrong angle. If no one was here to guard the portal, anyone could have broken it. It doesn't necessarily have to have anything to do with Razor or Maverick. But they still have the greatest motives. Sure, but they definitely aren't the only ones to have one. There could be private groups who are interested in the technology or its significance as a human artifact. So that puts us exactly nowhere. At least as far as this speculation is concerned, it's about time for forensics to show up anyway. Sebastian, can you take it from here? You've been just as dedicated to the case as I have. Since I'll have to be at the minister's side for a while, I'd like you to take charge of the investigation for now. What's up with that anyway? Being appointed as Amara's bodyguard as punishment just seems strange to me. Are you kidding? I could have lost my job. This is a way better outcome. Honestly, she probably did it for her own sake more than anything else, but I'm not complaining. If that's all, I'm going to head back to the ministry. I shouldn't keep her waiting. So what does that make you now? Temporary chief? More like case leader. By the way, you won't need to stick around while forensics does the job. Thanks for your help. So, that took a very big turn. Waking up to be called to the lab and finding Anna dead. And this whole thing with Amira and wanting to send me back, and the portal's broken, and a lot's happened. I still feel bad about Anna dying, you know? Because like we left everything at a really, really tense, negative, you know, standpoint between us. We had a pretty bad status, yeah. I considered spending my free time roaming the town, but decided that it would be best to keep myself out of the spotlight. After cooking myself a rudimentary meal, I considered picking up another book when the doorbell rang, so I won't even get free time after this to, you know, spend time with other characters. Hey Smams. Hey Sebastian, you need my help again? We're just a small town police department, and with Bryce removed from the case, our resources are thinner than ever. I understand. So what do you have for me? First up is the primary witness in the latest murder. Damien, the victim's assistant. He was the one who found her body. A few things have changed since this morning, as we've gotten some additional information from the forensics that warrants further questioning. I know you knew the victim personally, so you don't have to do this if you don't want to. I'll leave the choice to you. You can find her assistant at the production facility. You seemed interested in that underground building found near the portal. I realized you might actually be able to help us with that. Since it's suspected to be of human origin, your opinion would be greatly appreciated. Do you really think it's okay for me to tamper with your priceless discoveries? Oh, you wouldn't actually go there in person. I just want you to take a look at the collected information in the archives and give us your opinion. Besides, no one is allowed to visit at the moment. The building is old and unstable, and there is a danger of it collapsing or flooding. Obviously, we don't want either of those to happen. The whole building is underground. We've determined that there is a rather large pocket of water surrounding it. Any kind of disturbance could endanger everything and everyone inside. We also located another witness for the latest murder. A store clerk reported seeing and hearing something, so it's probably worth it to ask him a few questions. Here are all the details. Visit me at the department once you're done. It was interesting that they still relied on me for their investigations, even after they tried to send me back to my world. I didn't expect them to allow me to help with police matters after everything that had happened. Now that the possibility of sending me back was eliminated, the advantages of having me on their side apparently outweighed the risks. Though I had to wonder, who would have to be more careful from now on? Well, let's go to the production facility. So we've got 3 things to do here. When Lorem, what are you doing here? When Lorem spotted me, he opened his muzzle as if he was going to say something. After a moment of hesitation, he walked past me in silence. Be the right place. Okay, I don't know what you were doing here, Lorem. Oh, it's you again. What do you want? Can I ask you a few questions? What about? Anna's murder. And who are you to go around asking questions like that? I'm working with the police on this matter. And I'm supposed to believe that. For all I know, you could be with the murderer, and I'm just here to find out if I know something that could implicate you. Well, according to my information, you didn't particularly like the victim. Not only were you the last person to see her alive, but you were also the one who found her. As you may imagine, this warrants some questions. You know what, I don't have to listen to this. I don't know who you think you are, barging into my workplace and barking questions. But if you really are with the police, let them know that I won't say one more word on the matter without a lawyer. Well, that was great short. I wondered if Damien was a suspicious person in general, or if the rumours surrounding Razor were affecting his perception of me. Before this, everyone I had talked to during my investigations had been rather cooperative. Before deciding my next move, I returned to my apartment for a moment of rest. A small piece of paper had been slipped under my door while I was gone. Don't go to the portal. Oh, the music. Oh, don't go to the portal, was all it said. I considered the possibility of a hidden message, but that was unlikely. The statement was blunt and quickly scrawled. Someone clearly didn't want me to go to the portal, but why would I go there in the first place? As it was out of order right now, such an action would serve no purpose. I kinda wanna go there though. I kinda wanna go there now though. I looked outside the window, at the portal's faint silhouette in the distance. The paper rustled between my fingers as I fidgeted with it, wondering about the message's sender and significance. The music is gone. Oh crap. My train of thought was violently interrupted by a sharp burst of gunfire echoing from the portal. I had to think fast. The gunshots ensured Razor's involvement. He was at the portal. The question was why? And who's he shooting? This doesn't mean anything good. If this was his attempt to flee back to the human world, he would receive a rather unpleasant surprise the moment he would try to use the portal. That's the night guard. Or maybe Sebastian's theory was correct and Razor held the part needed to repair the portal, in which case his escape would be imminent. The gunshots themselves were another question. Was someone trying to stop him? The police patrol may have seen him, and he may have been taken by surprise. This could be another murder in progress. Go then! Go to the portal! But all of his murders were committed with a sharp weapon before now, not a gun. He didn't want to be heard. That's interesting, why is he using a gun now? Besides, it was only early evening, and the town was still bustling. If Razor wanted to stay hidden, he was doing a rather poor job at it. Of course, there was also the possibility that he wanted to be heard. But who would he want to attract? The police? Maverick? It could easily be a trap for those hunting him, and that technically included me, though I wasn't sure if he knew of my involvement in the investigation. It was also a very real possibility that he knew my apartment was close enough to the portal to hear a gunshot. Could it be a signal for me? Regardless, the words I held in my hands were unmistakable. Don't go to the portal. I feel like going to the portal is going to be dangerous and there's probably going to be something there, so it'd be good to call the police, but I want to see what's happened. I want to see what's happened, and maybe, like, if the police don't know about it, I could be the only one that knows about it. So if I go, I've got inside information that I can provide Sebastian, and I'm going to the portal. I'm going. I made it past the village border and pressed on. There was still a fair distance to go. Suddenly, gloved hands grabbed me from behind, clamping over my mouth. I couldn't make a sound. From what I could see, it was the same hooded figure I had met in the maintenance room after the second murder. It's too late. Maverick arrived before you did, and he'll make sure that no one uses the portal today. Don't follow me. I was shoved to the ground, and before I could regain my posture, the figure vanished into the darkness. If Maverick was still in the area, it was not a good idea to stay here. I wouldn't want to fuel his suspicions, or worse. I figured it was time to go back to the police department anyway. Got an achievement called Reckless. Well, that took a turn. There you are, Smans. By the way, we have evidence that Razor visited the portal today. Someone reported loud bangs consistent with what we know about his weapon. We didn't manage to catch him, but I wonder if this stunt means he's getting desperate. Now let's take a look at what you've got for me. This isn't much information to go on, but who knows when it could come in handy. I'll do what I can. I know, and your help is greatly appreciated, believe me. Especially since we're so short on staff right now. That will be all for today. I'll contact you if we need anything. He didn't comment on the fact that Damien was so uncooperative. He just said, oh, that's a shame, not much to go off. I only did one of those three things. I only explored one of those three options. So I don't know if I can explore another one or... No, it's the next day. A free day, okay. Oh, I don't have an option for Lorem anymore. Well, let's talk to Bryce, because I haven't talked to him in a free time yet. Why am I here? Bryce is not on the... Whatever. Once again, I found myself within the police department, which seemed oddly quiet for this time of the day. Didn't take me long to spot Bryce in his office. You Smams, what's up? Nothing much, but you told me to contact you if I could remember anything that might help with the investigation. That's right. What do you have for me? This is kind of a bit backwards, because technically Sebastian should be the one I'm seeing regarding the case, since you're not on the case anymore. I'm not sure if it's worth mentioning, but I have known Razor for a couple of years, so I know some things about his personality. I see. Well, it's actually more helpful than you might think. Mannerisms, habits, all kinds of things would be useful to add to his profile and to get a better idea of him. You know, I'm just about done here for today, but if you want to discuss it over a beer or something, I'll be more than happy. I don't usually drink though. It's fine, you don't have to. Maybe we'll find something you'll like. Sounds fair. I still don't know why Bryce was in his office. You should be with Amira or whatever. Oh, he's taking off his neck chain thing. Do you come here often? Sometimes. Hey you two, what can I bring you? Just the usual. One generic beer for the chief of police, sure thing. How about you, Smams? I'll have something later, I think. Noted, I'll be right back. It wasn't long before the waiter returned with a drinking bowl as wide as it was tall, filled to the brim with a foam-topped, dark amber liquid. Carefully set it down in front of Bryce, who didn't hesitate to take a big gulp. There you go, just call me if you need anything. Of course. So, what is it you wanted to tell me about Razor? There are a few things. I mean, they're probably not much, but anything might help, right? Anything unusual about him, anything that defines his character or stands out about him could help us. How about you tell me what you know about him? Well, the earliest memory I have of him was when we both went to the same school. We only shared a few classes though, and a couple of friends. Overall, I'd say he was an above-average student. We didn't talk very often, but he always was very outspoken, and never failed to speak up to make his opinions known. He was the kind of person I'd fully expect to become a politician one day, or at least an activist of some sort. That's the impression I got from him. He spoke a lot, but you could also expect him to act on his word. Of course, his nature caused him to clash with others, sometimes even including the school staff. There was genuine enthusiasm also garnered praise from him. He was quite a character. After we all graduated, I didn't hear anything about him for a long time. Only some years later, after we found the portal, was I surprised to find out that he was the human who would be sent to your world. He had volunteered. It wasn't until I was already here that I actually met him again, however brief our interactions were. But then I already told you everything about what happened prior to the eventual scuffle with Maverick. There's only one thing that stands out to me about those events. In the restaurant, when he told me about the letter, he mentioned how I would know how to read its secret message. I know he values the use of his own intellect, but when I received the letter later, he apparently fully expected me to remember a random chemistry class we had together years ago in order to see the message. So you did not arrange this beforehand? Not at all, I had no idea. I still wonder what he would have told me if Maverick hadn't interfered when we met at the portal. We do as well, and you can believe that. How was Maverick even allowed to intercept his letter and read it? He could have easily done so, since he was in charge of Razor and everything. But he totally shouldn't have. I mean, we wouldn't do anything of the sort with you. Everything he has done in regard to Razor has been a poor show of character. In any case, thanks for telling me all of this. You never know when this kind of information could be useful. Just when I thought an awkward silence might set in, Bryce spotted the waiter and didn't hesitate to speak up. Hey waiter, bring me another. I hadn't noticed, but while I was talking, Bryce had been busy sipping on his drink. The empty bowl before him was proof of his proficiency. Maybe I should be going now. Oh, come on and stay a little. Considering we're here already, might as well enjoy the evening, right? I mean, you don't have to, but I certainly will. Or do you need to be somewhere? No, I guess I can stay for a little while. Let's get to know Bryce a bit more. Come on. I wanna get on a good standing with him. How are we going with him? Still neutral. Okay. That's what I like to hear. Way to bring us another beer. Another one? This one's for you, silly. I don't drink. Oh, come on, just try a little. Even if you don't like beer, you haven't had one like this before. Just leave! You have an option to just stand and walk out. I'll try it. You'll do yourself a favour. You know, why don't we have ourselves a drinking contest? Oh no. Also, you're meant to be a cop here. This is... Okay, I'm not... Oh. How about a handicap then? I'll go easy on you. I'm not sure this is... Okay. Unless dragons can't get drunk or something, I don't know. You're not letting this go, are you? Just having fun. Alright, let's do this. Bryce lowered his snout and gulped down beer at an inhuman rate. The bowl drained rapidly and was empty in an instant. Fair's fair. Considering they don't even have cars, at least they won't have to worry about drinking and driving. Actually, that's also a fair point, but the rules are simple. We both get around, and then wait a few moments until the next one so the effects can kick in. Whoever gives up first loses. This is burn some brain cells, sure. And may whoever burns more wins. He made a show of looking me in the eyes while he lowered his muzzle into the bowl before he started guzzling his drink noisily. It was gone in seconds. Certainly this was going to be tough. My confidence faltered, but there was no turning back now. How did I think I could win a drinking contest against a frickin' dragon? Nevertheless, I grasped a drink, putting on the best show I could while I tried to recreate Bryce's feat. After the first sip, however, I realised it was very different from any other beer I had tried before, yet I persevered through the intense rate until the glass was empty. I probably wasn't impressive as Bryce had seen just moments earlier, but I couldn't afford to show any weakness. My plan was cut short though, as I set down the glass and an unusually strong aftertaste hit me, causing me to make a face. How'd you like it? Oh, this is some really strong stuff. I told you. You better know beforehand how much you can take or it'll hit you harder later on. Gonna give up already? Should I be dumb and keep going or... Anyways, how do you like it here so far? I mean, compared to whatever it is that you came from. It's alright, certainly a nice change from what I'm used to. Good to hear. Maybe next time I'll send a dragon over to your world. That could be interesting. Way to bring us another round. Coming right up. Be careful, Smams, he's a pro. Ooh! Ooh! I like your design. You're cool. Did I hear something about a contest? Maybe. Up to your old shenanigans, I see. Now don't spoil the fun. I don't go around telling people about what you're up to either. Point taken. Enjoy. He just leaves. Sure. Guessing him and Bryce are friends or something, I don't know. Of course he wouldn't have challenged me if he wasn't confident he would win. Guess I'll have to try my best. I went first last time, so it's your turn now. One thing that always puzzled me about seasoned drinkers was the sheer amount of liquid they could ingest without issue. Keeping it down, however, was a much different question. But this contest wasn't about keeping it down. Here's where I just throw up all over Bryce. Did I see you struggling there for a second? Yeah, I may have underestimated this. You can always give up. As for my turn, let me demonstrate. Show off! His resolve was also fading, though not as fast as mine had, as he clearly held the advantage. Was there any way I could still turn this around? There. What was with the fade to black? Now let me ask you a question. I know you wanted to tell me all the stuff about Razor, but was that the only reason you wanted to meet with me? No, I wanted to get to know you, you know, get our status good, get a good friendship going. Doesn't hurt to have friends in high places. I see. Oh no, did that, rip. That facial expression wasn't good. Wait a next round. Coming. There you go. Oh, I can't turn back now. No! How are you holding up? Just fine. Thanks for asking. If you say so, good luck. Alright, well, I guess I'm committed to this now. Was it your turn? Or is it my turn? It's yours. Alright. By now it was obvious that Bryce was faltering, even though he was faring much better than I was. He even had to take a break in the middle of his beer, unable to down it in one go. He was a lot heavier than me, and even though his bowls held far more liquid than my glasses, how did I think I'd stand a chance against him? When I picked up my glass, I didn't have feeling in my fingers anymore. I had to pause a few times, but in the end I made it, although I wasn't sure how much more I could take. So what do we do now? Wait for you to throw up so I win? Might as well do that now! Just don't. Your suggestion. You brought it up. I'll do it if you want. Can I ask you a question? Go ahead. Oh man. This is weird. Let's go, why are you brown? I don't know, that's just funny to me. Damn it, you don't just ask someone why they're brown. Don't you have like differently colored people where you come from? Or do they all look like you? It's just, what the frick? It just stops me in the next round! Obviously I'm completely loopy and out of it. What the heck is going on? Clearly the dragon looked at me, seemingly unable to focus. I could see he was hitting his limit, but so was I. Maybe, if I just held out a little longer. Whose turn is it even? Mine? 'Cause I can keep track of stuff. You can't. 'Cause you're stinky. At this point I had difficulties picking up my glass. I was about to give up, but I was sure if I held on just one more round it'd be over. I could still win this. I had to wait a few moments after each sip in order to continue, but I did not give up until eventually the glass was empty. For the first time I could see something in his eyes other than his always present confidence. Was it disbelief or insecurity? I guess my feet caught him off guard, as he seemed genuinely impressed. If nothing else, this showed me that even his own conviction was cracking now. I could totally win this. You're cute. I like you, I really do, but I'm sure as heck not going to let you win. He was struggling. It became more and more obvious as he tried to swallow the liquid in his bowl bit by bit. He stopped at one point, panting heavily. Ooh, I like the... Yep. I considered taking a cheap shot at him, but as he had refrained from doing so during my turn, I wasn't going to start now. There. I was getting tired. I could hear Bryce's voice, but I could not make out the individual words anymore. I decided to rest my eyes just for a little bit. So just slam my head into the glass. Yep, I'm out. Hey, are you okay? You fell down. You look kind of messed up. This was your fault, Bryce. It was your idea to do this. I'll mess you up if you don't get your face out of my face. She's sorry for asking. Ready for another round, or do you give up? I think I'd better stop here. Guess I'll just have another to secure. You know, it was fun watching you and all, but we've both had enough for the evening. I think you'd better leave now. After you've come out from under the table, that is. Alright, I'll be going then. Wait a minute. What is it? Maybe you should go with him. Just to make sure he gets home safely and doesn't do anything stupid, you know. It's kind of an unspoken rule here that whoever is his drinking buddy does so. When I looked over to him, I discovered that Bryce had passed out for the moment. This could prove difficult. Fine. Thank you. Come on, let's get you home. I didn't even know where you live, Bryce. Still unconscious. Put some pepper on his nose. Yep, let's do that. Right, it'll be like a smelling salt. That was actually the salt, not the pepper. Let's try that again. Oh, I was expecting a big sneeze. What? Is that you, Smems? Where am I? And what did you do to my nose? Did you just shove something in there while I was out or something? I was still in the bar. And I just put some pepper there to wake you up. That's the best you can come up with? I'm drunk, what do you expect? Shut up. Come on, let's get you home, you big wuss. I awoke looking at an unfamiliar ceiling. For a moment I wondered where I was before the events of last night all came back to me. As I got up and looked around, I realised that I'd apparently slept on the floor. Where am I? This isn't my apartment. Oh, sleepy dog. Guess I must have passed out after I got Bryce home. Hey, Bryce. Wake up, fatty! The dragon moved and let out a groan before he opened his eyes. That got him. For your information, my kind does tend to look a little bigger than the others, but it also makes us the strongest. Damn my head, why are you even here? Guess I must have passed out after I escorted you home. Alright, after our little game. Do you remember who won? I didn't even know, but you stood your ground and I respect that. You didn't do anything funny while I was out, did you? The dragon rose from the couch with a nice morning stretch, rubbed his eyes, then held his head high as he let out a grunt and a big yawn. That whole contest was stupid. You started it! This was your idea! Yeah, exactly, it was your idea! At least I know when to stop. You took another one after I stopped! You took another bowl! At least it's not like you were egging me on the whole time. Wait, actually, that is exactly what happened. No, you are right. This was a bad idea all around. That's easy to say after the fact. Yeah, and I clearly held you there against your will and made you drink too, right? You may as well have. You know, as an ambassador, I can't really say no to a social meeting with the chief of police. So when it's not my fault, it's your job's fault. That's just brilliant. It's everyone's fault but your own. Well done, Swims. Well, this took a turn. Now we're on bad terms, I think. You know what? Maybe you should be leaving about now. Yeah, I guess I should. Rip me! Rip me! Honestly, if I order lunch at the cafe, I could probably. Would that mean I get to talk to Adine? I really want to talk to Adine. I remembered that Adine had told me that the cafe did deliveries as well, and not having anything else better to do, I figured I should try it out. I made my order with a quick phone call, and it wasn't long before the doorbell rang. It just so happened that Adine herself stood in the doorway, dripping wet and with damp containers in her grip. Oh, it's you. I thought they sent you away after everything that's going on. They changed their minds, so I suppose you'll be stuck with me for a little while longer. I see. Here's your order. Sorry I got a little wet, but it should still be okay. Soaked, why don't you come in? Thanks. I was just about to ask you if I could stay for a little while. This was actually my last delivery for the day, and I live on the other side of town. And that raining loop does not loop. Feel right at home. I'd better eat this before it gets cold. I sat down at the table and started eating my food while Adine decided to make a seat opposite of myself. Do you like it? It's actually quite good. What did I order? Tell me, please. I want to know what I'm eating. Do you have something similar where you come from? Yes, I do. As a matter of fact, it's almost scary how close it is to what we have back home. What am I eating? Really? Maybe we all just share a similar taste. Maybe there's more to it than that. What do you mean? Well, don't you trace your origins back to humans in some way? I know what kind of reputation we have in your culture. That is true. Let me ask you this. Where do you think the portal you found came from? Who built it? Humans did it, of course. Exactly. If you believe humans had something to do with an artifact created who knows how many years ago, it wouldn't be a stretch to think they could have also influenced you in other ways. Even something as simple as this dish? I like that idea. So what do you do when you aren't working in the restaurant? Do you have a family? Well, most of the time I take care of my kids. Oh, nice. How many children do you have? They aren't really my children per se, I just take care of them. So like an orphanage type thing, or foster parent? Yeah. Not quite. These are orphan children I'm talking about. I just volunteer to spend some time with them, so I'm really more of a babysitter and teacher all in one. I can't really take them in and care for them 24/7 like a proper parent would. I'd love to, but I work far too much to be a single parent. With the amount of time I spend at the restaurant, I don't think the kids will be any better off. So I just help out whenever I can. It's very nice of you. Thanks. These kids already didn't get a very good hand in life. I just thought that if I can even make a small difference for them, it'd be worth it. I see. What about hobbies? Do you have any? Can I ask a question for a change? Sure, go ahead. Well, I don't really know much about you. Actually, I'm not sure if there is anyone here who does. What would you like to know? What did you do before you came here? Nothing special. I mean, I have my degrees, but this is the first time I did something that was actually related to them. The work I did previously was just to keep afloat. Suppose it's my turn again. So tell me about your hobbies. The one I enjoy most is probably flying. Just flying? Well, not just flying. I do aerobatics, or stunt flying. I've been doing that on and off for a couple of years now. Must be the most overqualified delivery flyer in history then. Actually, that might not be so far from the truth. I'm actually hoping to be part of a competition in some time. I mean, this makes sense, but again, rain isn't very pleasant. So, let's go. Awesome, where can I watch that? Suppose that depends on whether you will still be here when it takes place. It's part of a festival we hold in this town every year. Okay, since it's my turn again, well... Oh, we're taking turns asking questions now. This might be an unusual question, so... When they said it was a human that would be coming here, I kinda expected something a little different. What did you expect? I'm not sure exactly, but they do say it was humans that made us who we are today. You don't seem so different from us, though. I mean, yeah, you do look different from us, but you're not really anything like some of the things that have been said about your kind. I could say the same thing about you. Really? Yeah, we have plenty of myths about dragons. Like what? I mean, both. But there's also a lot of different variations and spins on them. Let's go, there are too many. There are just too many to list. Some of them good, some not so much. Sounds like what we have on you, actually. Now that I see one of you right in front of me, it's almost silly what some of the myths say. Well, no matter what you might think about humans, I can assure you that I'm in no way special or supernatural. I disagree with that. Why? You say that you aren't special, but just the fact that you're here with us now is quite special to me, and many others. Just try to see it the other way around. You know, you have a good point. What do you mean try and see it the other way around? This is the first time I've ever seen a dragon as well, you know. What were you thinking when you first heard about us? I was unsure. That is, until I got here and was standing in front of one of you. And after that, I was just rendered speechless. Told you so. Was special for you too. It's not just the discovery of you dragons. We found a portal to an entirely different world. We still haven't figured that one out. Neither have we. I'm sure we'll find out soon enough. By the way, interesting selection of books you have there. Draconic Desire, Ixamen Sphere. Are these yours? No, they were already here when I moved in. Have you read any of them? I did read Sheridan and Deceptive Sovereignty. I did read the other two as well, but like tiny little bits of it while I was trying to search for extra hints for Razor's Letter. How did you like it? Was it entertaining but nothing special? Yeah, entertaining but nothing special. Nothing special is a good way to describe the entire series, actually. Well then. Oh, you've got Price and Prayer. You should totally read that one. You think so? Why is that? It's not just an interesting story. It's based on true events. The author is so right when he says there's a lot we can learn about what happened back then. Check it out when I have the time. Let me know when you do. I'd be interested in hearing what you have to say about it. Alright, since you asked about my family earlier, I'm going to do the same thing. Is there a Mr. or Mrs. Smams back home waiting for you? No, can't say there is. How about a potential Mr. or Mrs. Smams then? Are you looking to date anyone? I already dated Anna, but that didn't go well. She's dead now. Maybe? Come on, tell me. There isn't really anyone. I see. Anyone on your radar at least? Someone you think is cute? Not really. No one at all. I don't believe you. I think you just don't want to tell me. So who is the lucky person? I'm not sure how many questions that was, but I'm sure it's not your turn anymore. Are we even still playing this game? Just having fun. You and me both. You know, why don't we make this a little more interesting while we're at it? What do you suggest? Truth or dare? Oh, okay. What's that? We continue asking questions, but if one of us doesn't want to answer the question, we have to do something the other person tells us to. I didn't even know what kind of dare I would make you do. It could be something that would make me uncomfortable, or something you'd like to see me do. Anything? Well, keep in mind that revenge might be coming quicker than you think, so don't ask someone for anything you wouldn't do yourself. Got it, so who's first? You asked the last few questions, so it's only fair if I start. Alright. Let's start something a bit light. Let's go most ticklish part of the body. Probably my sides. Good to know. You wouldn't misuse that knowledge, would you? Of course not. Since it's my turn now, what is your greatest wish? Is that a Pokemon reference? I'm taking the Pokemon reference. I'm taking a Pokemon reference all the way. I don't know if that was intended, but it's a Pokemon reference. And I'll take the Pokemon reference. That seems to be a very personal wish, Smams. Okay, my turn. Alright, let's go... Let's go the invisible one. Invisible, huh? That's a hard one. I mean, no one would see my flying then, and I do want people to see that. Well, with this question, it's more about what you would do if you had the opportunity to do something without getting caught. Like something mischievous or criminal. Oh, I know what I'd do. I'd check out the building they found along with the portal. What building? Sebastian just asked me about this. I think this game's got some of the continuity back to front. You seemed interested in that underground building found near the portal. Yeah, that's a bit of a problem. Didn't you hear about it? They found a whole building along with the portal. It's actually underground and they have it heavily guarded while a team of archaeologists work on it. I think it might contain many secrets and answers about the portal and where it came from. Interesting. I think I'd like to check that out as well. If you knew the world was about to end, what would you do? Enjoy life to the fullest until the last moment. Most definitely. Going out with a bang, huh? Let's go, what's your biggest regret? Oh my. I think it might be time for dare now. Alright. Let's go bite into a lemon. Is that all? You can find one in the pantry. Alright. So should I just take a bite out of this one? That's your dare. If you say so. She didn't even peel it or anything. I mean, she's a dragon. I'm not sure what's so special about that. You didn't mind at all? Not a bit. I see. Well, I guess we know now that dragons don't mind lemons and sour fruit. Alright, so from those who've met here so far, who is the one you fancy most? I think I'll take a dare for this one. I could have responded. What am I going to have you do? Whatever you like. Honestly, I have no idea. Take your time. Let me think for a minute. Looks like it's getting late. Well, what time is it? Whoops, seems like I've been here longer than I thought. I probably should be going now. So I just get out of this dare. Rip. Seems like the rain has stopped too. Yeah, that's great. You know, if you want me to come over again, you don't have to order anything to do it. Here's my private number. Keep that in mind. Thanks. So that seemed to go well. Yay! Oh. Oh no! Oh no! Is Lauren dead too? Oh no. Both the characters I had a bad relationship with are now out of the picture. I'm kind of nervous for Bryce now. Oh no! Oh no! With the chapter called Loss as well, that doesn't mean anything good. Well, hit an hour for this episode, so yeah, I'm gonna end the video off there. That was an unintended cliffhanger. Oh no! I feel bad for Lauren. I feel like he's dead. Oh no! I had one interaction with him. Oh man. Well, if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like and subscribe if you already haven't done so. We'll hopefully see what happened to Lorem in the next episode, and hopefully things go well with hopefully things get better with Bryce. I don't know what caused the bad status, whether it was me agreeing with the drinking game or whether I called him a fatty or something, or whether I took him to his house and ended up passing out there. I don't know. But oh well, that's for next episode to try and fix things up with him. But yeah, see you in the next video. Bye!